I've turned the pump off, as you can see there. The skimmer is now floating, and that shows that the pump's off. The water's warmed up again, it's around about 9 degrees, I'll have a look at that in a minute. And the snow's disappeared, which is good. So let's see what I'm going to do this morning. I've already cleaned the filters. I've showed you that last time, so I'm not going to show you again. But what I am going to do is to change this TMC 30 UV bulb, and I'll show you how I do it. I fitted this around about 5 or 6 years ago, if I recall, when I actually built the filter system. And what's happened in the meantime over the years is the plastic corrugated pipe has shrunk, which I didn't expect. So as you can see there, you can see the 2 plastic clips, and the pipe shrunk to such an extent they no longer fit in there. They sort of raise themselves out of it. So what I'm going to do, well, I'll change the bulb, and because I've turned the pump off anyway, is to remove this pipe and replace it with a longer length, and hopefully that'll last me another 5 years. Time will tell. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to remove the 2 pipes from there and the outlet just there. A little bit of water should flow backwards, but there's no water going through it. There we go. Just lift it off its brackets. There we go. Empty the water. And there we go. Relatively easy. So the next thing I'm going to do is to remove the 2 end blue lenses. Just a couple of screws in there. Just loosen them to the side. Oops, that easy. Okay, that's one. Okay. On either side of the bulb, each end, there's a little cap. But before I start moving that, I'll just make sure the bulb's actually off, and it should be. Yes, so there's no power going to it. Always double check with the power when you're messing with the battery. So that's off. That end is off, and slowly remove the old bulb. And there we are. So I change these on this TMC 30. I change the bulb every 12 months. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side carefully. I don't want it splashing. Take the new one out of this box. There we go. Should be carefully wrapped up. There we go. I use a Philips TUV 30 watt. And be nice and careful. I certainly don't want to break this one. Cost £23. If you remember, I think I got it from Amazon. And there we go. So all I'm going to do now is carefully slide it in. Very carefully. Okay. Put the end cap on. Now one thing I'd like to point out, there's a quartz sleeve in there. I checked it a few months back and it was in relatively good condition. We don't suffer from much lime in the water around these parts, so it's very rare I get a scale on the outside of this quartz sleeve. So I'm happy it's okay. That's why I've just changed the bulb. The old bulb is dry as well, so I know it could not have broken. Put this one back on. It's a little bit fiddly. There we go. Okie dokie. Those are in both ends. That too. Yeah. All I've got to do now is slide the two end covers back on, the two blue lenses, which are basically eye protectors from the UV light. I have to do this very carefully. I don't like knocking this around in case of break the bulb. There we go. It's always fiddly. you go. And it goes. Okay, that's in. And the last thing I'm going to do is just to put some PVC tape just around there. So, okay, I don't know how much you saw of the last shot, but my memory card got full, so I don't know how much I've missed out. Anyway, what I did do on the last clip, I put some PVC tape around there just to stop the end pipe cap from leaking. Similarly on the other end, and obviously I refitted the bulb and put the two end caps back on. So what I'm going to do now is refit this back into position and then lengthen the pipe, put a new piece of pipe on. So it just sits on its cradle, just there. Move the wiring out of the way. And then I'm going to replace this pipe. Okay, so there's my new pipe. Unfortunately, it's too large. My mistake. The moral of the story is, before you attempt a job, always make sure you've got the right kit to do the job. And I just assumed this pipe is the same width or same diameter. This is 2 inch. That's 1 3/4, so I'll have to get another length of corrugated pond pipe. Anyway, I'm going to connect it back up anyway, turn the UVC on, and away we go. So I'm going to carefully put this pipe on, just in there. When you put the end nut on, it's only plastic, so be careful that you don't cross thread. I'm going to tip one end up, just line it up. There we go. Steadily. There we go. As you can see. And just a little pinch of these water pump pliers. tight. Don't want to, again, strip. Okay, that'll do for that one. Next I'm going to reconnect the outlet. Again, just be absolutely careful that you don't cross thread. Pumps on, and we have a little bit of a leak, as you can see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just tighten up this a touch. And there we are, dry. That's just from where it was wet before. Yeah, so I'm happy with that, as you can see. Nice and dry. So the next thing is, let's see if it turns on. Let's see if the bulb works. Hopefully you'll see the lamp turn on. And there we go. That's it. You should see it getting brighter. I hope you saw it. It's definitely on. The next part of the ponding is treating this water around the tea house. As you can see, I'm hoping you can see anyway, it's green. So I've bought some stuff from Swell, and let's see if it works. So here we have it. It's called Controlled Sludge, and I didn't buy it from Amazon, but it's from Swell UK, the pond supply company. You apply 3 tablets, 3,000 gallons. So let's see if it works. I tried it before Christmas, and it did, to be quite fair to it, it did clear the pond to a certain degree. It'll never make it 100% clear, but as long as I get rid of that green tinge, certainly now as the water temperature is warming up, it's approaching 10 degrees. This stuff works down to about 7 degrees. Actually no, I beg your pardon. The best results, it's best to use above 10 degrees. However, I do believe it will work down to about 7. So anyway, let's try it. It'll either work or it won't. So we'll throw one over there, one in the middle, and one down there. So we'll see in a couple of weeks. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put some plants in. I bought the following plant from the garden centre. So I'm going to plant these two. The 2 evergreen shrubs. I'm going to pick a little bit of topiary, cut them into balls as they grow, and I'll place them somewhere here. I've got to do a plan yet. I haven't quite worked out where they're going to go. But those are the first 2 I'm going to put in, and hopefully I'll get sort of a Japanese feel in the future. Next I bought a juniper square mattus. It's a blue star, so it turns quite blue I believe when the sun gets to it. So that'll be going down there somewhere. And also I'm not very good at these words unfortunately, unanimous Japonicus Himalaya. So again, I'll put that somewhere in there. I do apologise for my pronunciation. Of course, this little patch here couldn't go without an azalea. So it's a dwarf azalea, so it shouldn't grow too big. It's got red flowers. Some of them are just starting to show through now. It is coming into spring. And the final plant I've got is a red robin. This particular flavour is Carré Rouge. It's quite a small red robin, so it doesn't get as tall as a traditional one. Well, again, I'll keep this pruned and hopefully it will make a nice addition around the pond. One thing I am going to plant in, and I haven't bought one just yet, it's a little bit too early, is a miniature dwarf acer, just to dangle over the waterside. So let's crack on with it and let's get them planted. So this is how I've decided to arrange them. It looks a little bit bland at the minute. I've spaced them what I believe is ideal. Most of these will grow to up to about 1 metre in width. So I've left sufficient space between them, because obviously in the next couple of years they will start to grow taller and obviously grow wider. Regarding the juniper, the one closest to the bridge, I'll be doing a little bit of topiary with that. Hopefully, depending on how my pruning goes, I'll cut it and shape it into a taller style bonsai tree. Junipers apparently are ideal shrub to do just that. So time will tell. If after a couple of years I don't like how things are turning out, I can always move them. But initially, that's how I'm going to plant them. For those of you who are wondering, those leaves there just at the side of the boardwalk aren't weeds, they're actually garlic. I used to have masses here until I dug it. So they grow every spring and they come up with a pretty little white flower. The leaves are edible on this type. But yeah, that's garlic and not weeds. They are scattered all around the garden, to be honest. I live quite close to a wood and the wood is absolutely covered with them. Anyway, the next thing is to do some planting. The first thing I always do before I take anything out of a plant pot is to completely soak the pot and the plant. It helps to prevent tearing of the roots and it makes it a lot easier for the soil and the plant to be removed. Now these two little shrubs here, they can actually tolerate quite dry conditions. It does remain quite damp around here, but not overly so, so I'm hoping these will survive. They can also take shade. So I've cut quite a few branches down there last year, where my finger is. I'm hoping the sun will come through, but when all the other trees leaf, it becomes partly shaded here. So these hopefully can survive and thrive. So anyway, all that I do now is soak them, tap the bottom, and hopefully There you go. That's pretty root bound almost, so what I tend to do is gently tease away the root system just to encourage it to root into the soil. Now I'm not using compost. Last week I put a good 50 litres of compost in there, so it's already well composted. Just tease all that away. There you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do that to each and every one of those plants. I'll just unpot it and tease away the roots. So that's them unpotted or depotted. So the next thing is to dig the holes. I tend to initially dig the holes twice the size at the base of the plant. Completely fill it full of water, let it completely soak in, and then plant. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. So I've already dug the holes. All that I do, I put the plant in position, mark around it, so I know exactly where it's going to go. Do to one side and dig the hole. Simple. I have to say that the soil's quite damp here. We've had a lot of rain and snow over the last week, so to be quite honest, I don't think I need to water them in. Look at that, it's quite moist. Oh yep. That bit of rubble. Get that out. All that I do next, I just make sure that the top of this planting here is at the same level as the ground. So put a little bit more in, touch more, and there we go. I just fill in all the way around, and that is job done. Okay, backfill it. I always press them in, just make sure there's no air pockets anywhere so the roots don't dry out. And that is that. Finally, I'm just going to take the soil to give it a nice smooth look. Taking care not to catch these young branches in the shrubs. If you're wondering what those pings are coming from my phone, I've got security cameras everywhere. They're designed to warn me when a human-shaped body is anywhere near it. Unfortunately, I can't turn the thing off. It's a bit annoying actually. And there we go. Job done. I'll just sweep the boardwalk, and that's another gardening session finished and ponding session.